We got everyone. Welcome to this stream. Obviously, the Nations League review, reaction, whatever. Of course, for England and everything. All our nations, pretty much. Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales. Obviously, talking about them as well. Apologies that a little bit delayed today. I was going to be on a lot earlier than this. Around sort of 5. But obviously I had to delay it till 6, and I'm only just coming on now. So apologies again. But obviously I might have a guest or two on, not sure at the moment. But obviously we'll be getting into all this and still debating it. And obviously people in the live chat would be great if people can leave questions or anything, or comments in the live chat would be great. Obviously I will go into pardon me. Excuse me, not long just had something to eat, so got a little bit of gas, I'm afraid. Out the right end though, not the other end, thankfully. But anyway, yes, as you see here on this banner, Republic of Ireland 0, England 2. Declan Rice and Jack Grealish scored, who both played for Republic of Ireland. Well, quite a while ago, of course, but still played for them and have ties to Republic of Ireland, of course. Carsley not singing national anthem, issue or not. So that's another thing to go into. Great first half display, but did England take foot off gas in the second half? Yeah, so that's something else to discuss, of course. And I'm going to be getting a page up very soon now, guys, to talk about this. And we're going to it. So very soon now. Sorry about this, guys. Just trying to get to it. Won't be long. And really want to go into all this. Was an interesting game. I thought the first half was better than the second, that's for sure. And England played really well in the first half, but I think kind of took their foot off the gas, I mentioned there. In the second half, didn't do enough. I don't think in the second half really could have, steamrolled Ireland. They looked like they could do. Only 2-0, of course. So, and obviously we're going to talk about Lee Carsley as well. He's in the news now, in the headlines for not singing the national anthem. Not that I think that matters. But obviously we're going to this. I'll just bring the page up, guys, and we'll talk about it. But anyway, here we go. Just share it with you now. There we go. Got a comment here from Kev Flavin. I'm Irish myself, but we are very poor. Hope Carsley does well for England. Yeah, I don't think Republic of Ireland were that great. No, definitely not. We've got a new manager, of course, the former Iceland manager that dumped England out the, was it Euros or World Cup or whatever with Iceland? So, yeah, a little while ago. Of course, Roy Hodgson was manager then, as we all know. And, of course, they're famous for dumping this out 2-1. I think that was the one where Rooney was mouthing to the camera, was not happy and saying stuff to the camera. I seem to remember all that. But, yeah, obviously Ireland, they've got a new manager, Republic of Ireland, and hope he does well. But for this one, he didn't really seem to have much idea. He's obviously very new to the job. But we will see. We're obviously going to your matches and our matches coming up. Of course, we got Finland next at Wembley. That's tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm doing a watch along for that. Possibly, I'm doing one tomorrow. If not, I'll probably do a review for it or something on Wednesday if I don't manage to do the watch along. But hopefully, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Excuse me a minute, guys. I'm just going to get a drink, and I'll be back. Yeah, apologies, guys. I just had to have a quick drink. Yeah. So, yeah. It's going to be tough for their new manager, Republic of Ireland, but yeah, they will obviously have Finland again at some stage as well. Wonder what they'd do against them. But obviously, we're going to go into this, so we'll talk about the group in a minute. Just want to obviously focus on the match itself. And here it is. It's the Republic of Ireland versus England Nations League result. Final scores: Lee Carsley makes winning start. Yep, 2-0. Declan Rice and Jack Grealish were unpopular goal scorers. Of course they were in Dublin in an impressive first-half display under Carsley. England made a winning start under interim boss Lee Carsley as Declan Rice and Jack Grealish scored against the Republic of Ireland in their Nations League opener in Dublin. In England's first match since the Euro 2024 final, marking the start of the new era after Gareth Southgate's resignation, the Three Lions made a confident start in a fiery atmosphere and took a deserved lead through goals from players who made unpopular returns to the Aviva. Rice and Grealish, having represented Ireland at youth level, were booed by the home crowd but struck against them within the opening 26 minutes. So, yeah, we're talking youth level, and that was a long time ago for them. So, really, what the issue is now, I don't know. They're no longer with Ireland, so elected to play for us, for England. I think that should be the end of it, to be honest, but there we go. Grealish's second goal set up by Rice came from a flying England move that summed up their impressive first-half display under Carsley. However, England lost their rhythm after the break, as Ireland grew into the contest in what could have been a tribute, apologies guys, tribute to some of Southgate's former sides' performances at the recent European Championships. Visitors, though, were largely untroubled by a limited Ireland side, and there were opportunities for Morgan Gibbs-White and Angel Gomez to make their England debuts late on. Obviously, we'll try and go into the match report and stuff and other things. I'll go onto another website, of course. This is just that's obviously the Independent. But we'll obviously talk about going to another one and talk about another website. Apologies, guys. I'm getting there with this. So, obviously, we'll go into all the games as well. Well, mainly the home nations, which is obviously Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. With Scotland, of course, were unlucky, losing twice. Matches, I believe they were both in front in both games. But still lost. Of course, to Poland 3-2 and obviously Portugal 2-1. So very unlucky. And of course, Northern Ireland won 2-0 against Luxembourg, but lost to Bulgaria 1-0. So again, a little bit unlucky for them, but they're obviously doing fairly well. And of course, as we know, Republic of Ireland lost to England. But obviously, Wales got a 0-0 draw with Turkey. and face Montenegro tonight, of course. So if they can get a win there, that'll help them. So I think Northern Ireland and Wales, and Northern Ireland and Wales, maybe Republic of Ireland if they get their act together, maybe Scotland still, I don't know. But mainly England and Northern Ireland and Wales have probably got the best chance of qualifying at the moment. Of course, England are second in the group against below Greece, who are top, of course, with 3 points. Of course, yeah, we play Finland tomorrow, 7:45, and then of course we face Greece. I think it's Greece. Yeah, Greece next. After that, again at Wembley, and then of course Finland again. Face them away on the 13th of October, and then we have Greece again away. This time, obviously in Greece. So, and then eventually Ireland, the final match on the 17th of November. At home, of course, at Wembley. So yeah. So I'll read this other one. I've got another one here. This article. It's on BBC Sport, of course. Interim boss Lee Carsley said only the best will do for England as he responded to the question of whether beating the Republic of Ireland might have strengthened his case for the permanent job. Ahead of his second game in charge, the 50-year-old stayed on safe ground on Monday by backing the Football Association FA to get the appointment right. Carsley oversaw a comfortable 2-0 Nations League win at the Aviva Stadium on Saturday in his debut game as head coach. The next test comes at Wembley on Tuesday as England face Finland with captain Harry Kane set to win his 100th cap. There were lots of reasons for optimism about England's football against the Republic of Ireland, particularly in the first half, but Carsley's focus is on short-term objectives rather than long-term planning. I try not to think about myself too much, he said. The best person should get the job. I know my role for the next three camps and I am comfortable with that. The FA has said Carsley is expected to stay in charge during the autumn as the hunt for Gareth Southgate's long-term successor progresses. There were no new injuries for the temporary boss to report at his pre-match news conference, but he's likely to make some changes to keep everyone fresh. If you make 11 changes, it maybe sends out the wrong signal, Carsley said. The good thing about this group is they are highly motivated to do well. There will be 2 or 3 changes, but not wholesale changes. We have to make sure we protect the players as well. Kane extremely proud of landmark. I'm hungry for more. Kane will become only the 10th England player to reach 100 caps for the men's team, and the first since Wayne Rooney in November 2014. The 31-year-old Kane is the Three Lions record scorer with 66 goals so far. Special pre-match ceremony will be held to mark the occasion at Wembley, with Kane to be presented with a gold cap. It's really special, Kane said at the landmark. I think it's hard to sink in whilst you're playing, and when these moments come, this is one I'm extremely proud of. It shows great consistency over a long time. When you look at the list of players with 100 caps, is a list of some of our great players. I'm sure when I'm retired, I'll look back on this with immense pride. Before kick-off, the Football Association will also pay tribute to former England manager Sven-Göran Eriksson, who died sadly at the age of 76 last month. Yep, very sad. And it's good that they're going to pay tribute to him, of course. Be amazing, be great. So those are the tables, but I'll go into them in a little while. So let's look at this. Sorry about this. I have to go through all this rigmarole. England and Ireland fans clash as Foyle song heard after Nations League fixture. So this is not good, obviously. We have all this. England and Ireland supporters clashed after the Nations League match between the two sides. England and Ireland fans clashed on the streets of Dublin following the Nations League clash between the two sides. Not great, not good at all. All this, terrible. There was a large Garda presence outside of the Aviva Stadium over the course of Saturday to try and keep a lid on the emotions of both supporters. But tensions quickly flared when some chants overstepped the mark. Ireland supporters gathered outside of a nearby pub ahead of kick-off, with songs initially centred around cheering the boys in green, on. A small scuffle consequently broke out at approximately 4 p.m. Though a Gardaí spokesperson told the Mirror that there was no significant pre-match trouble. However, things turned sour once the match had concluded and England had run out 2-0 winners in Dublin. England supporters were escorted away from the stadium over 30 minutes after the full-time whistle had sounded, but their route saw them past countless rival supporters. The path chosen by officials saw the Three Lions fans taken between two pubs packed full of Irish supporters, which fueled some unsavoury scenes. In a video obtained by the Mirror, emotions boiled over when some Ireland fans could be heard singing about the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. And then, of course, it's saying about Lee Carsley here, his controversial national anthem stance. Right, anyway, but I'll go into this still. Carry on with this. Hold on a minute, guys. Trying to get rid of this advert. Won't go. Anyway, the chant Lizzie's in the box. Terrible, disgraceful. Could be heard aimed in the direction of England supporters who retaliate with unpleasant gestures, and some minor scuffles reportedly broke out. Declan Rice and Jack Grealish were both on the score sheet for the Three Lions as they cruised to victory at the Aviva Stadium, which certainly would have been a tough pill to swallow for the Republic of Ireland supporters sitting in the stands. Rice made 3 senior appearances for Ireland whilst he was breaking through as a young West Ham player, before he decided to switch his allegiances and represent England. As a result of some of his family's roots being in Ireland, he therefore opted not to celebrate his goal after he opened the scoring in the 11th minute, which is a great touch, I think. I'm glad he didn't celebrate. In contrast, Grealish could not maintain his joy after slotting a neat finish in the bottom corner before half-time. The Manchester City forward represented Ireland up until under 21 level before making the decision to play for England at a senior level. And that's pretty much that. But then, as I say, that's in the past that he played for Ireland, and now their allegiances are with England. Let's go. Let that go. That's history. They're no longer playing for Ireland, so don't keep going with all this hate, negativity, and hate. It's not good. They've scored, and Grealish did celebrate. And that was up to him. He was entitled to if he wanted to, despite playing for Ireland, but that's a long time ago. Up to under 21 level, of course, so it was a while ago. Rice didn't, because he still got family in Ireland, and that's a good enough reason as well, because you don't want to be disrespectful of them, and obviously Ireland. So it was his entitlement as well, his option, his decision, and he stuck by it. So well done to him. I applaud that. Obviously the other issue that we was talking about after this game was the not singing the national anthem, Lee Carsley, of course. And that seems to be an issue now. Why is he? How could he, being the manager, not singing the national anthem? Of course, he played for Republic of Ireland, as we all know, and I will go into an article about that in a minute as well. We'll look into that. So obviously I'll bring that up very soon and talk about all that. So here we go. I'll bring this article up and we'll discuss this. No more comments. So obviously go to this one. Is England manager Lee Carsley English or Irish amid anthem row? Sorry, these bloody notifications and adverts. I'm pissed off with them. Trying to get rid of them. Lee Carsley is set to lead England. Well, yeah, this was obviously before that. This was 7th of September, this article. Lee Carsley is set to lead England for the first time when they take on Ireland this evening. But the new boss has revealed he will not be singing the national anthem. Lee Carsley, ahead of his debut as England manager, has revealed that he plans to refrain from singing God Save the King, stating that it's a personal choice unrelated to his time representing the Republic of Ireland. So it's actually nothing to do with that at all. The interim boss made it clear his decision is based on a long-standing practice of not singing national anthems prior to kick-off throughout his playing and coaching career. He highlights that his approach should not be taken as an affront. It's just how he maintains focus before a game. While this stance may ruffle some feathers among England supporters who expect traditional displays of patriotism, Carsley maintains that deep in preparation mode, he prefers to stay in the zone rather than partake in the anthem. Born in Birmingham with Irish roots for his grandmother, Carsley, who played for the Irish, also noted that even when managing the England under-21 squad, whom he led to victory in the European Championships, he did not sing the anthem. Try and get rid of this ad as well if I can. I can't seem to. Anyway, Carsley explained his viewpoint further. This is something that I always struggled with when I was playing for Ireland. The gap between your warm-up, you coming on the pitch, and the delay with the anthems. So it's something that I have never done. I was always really focused on the game and my first actions of the game. I really found that in that period, I was wary about my mind wandering off. I was really focused on the football, and I have taken that into coaching. We had the national anthem with the under-21s also, and I am in a zone at that point. I'm thinking about how the opposition are going to set up and our first actions within the game. I fully respect both anthems and understand how much they mean to both countries. It's something I'm really respectful of. When asked if he would consider singing the anthem, Carsley was clear in his response, stating he would not. This stance has sparked varied reactions from fans and pundits on social media and television. One social media user expressed indifference. Who cares so long as Lee Carsley performs in his job as the manager, which I agree with 100%. It's what he does as a manager. It's not about, singing the national anthem. It is not. Anyway, yeah, Kev Flavin again. Great to see you again, bro. Thanks for another comment. His grandmother is Irish, but he was born and raised in Birmingham. Yeah, exactly. But it's his choice if he wants to sing it or not, and he obviously doesn't. And you look, if any player's not singing the anthem, should they be dropped because they're not singing the national anthem? Should they drop them? No. You can't go on that basis. What he does is up to him. If he chooses not to sing it, and it's nothing to do with the Irish nationality or whatever either. He said that. He's focused on the game and what he wants to do, and he doesn't want to let his mind wander. So at the end of the day, he's got a valid reason. He doesn't have to sing it, and and people are saying, well, he should be dropped as manager. He shouldn't be manager. He won't sing the national anthem. But what does it matter? You can be patriotic in other ways. It doesn't mean you have to sing it. So, weird. Got Gershon Singh saying, going there. Big up, Steve. Yeah, big up to you, bro. My friend, how are you? Hope you're well. Obviously, you've been in on Hanno's stream for the cricket, off to the boundary. So, if you're welcome to come on here, of course you are. I sent the link, and you can come on if you want to and discuss all this. Obviously, it's about international football, Nations League, so it's not the Premier or anything, English League, but obviously that's coming back. I think it's this weekend, I believe. It's all coming back, so great, and I probably will hopefully do a review or something. At the end of the week, I've obviously got to do a review for the Bees game against City, which won't be easy, as we all know. Will be a tough one. Yeah, Kev Flavin. Exactly, mate. It's football. It's not a singing contest, of course. Once you give your all for your country, it's what matters, yeah. Exactly. It is all that matters. It doesn't matter, if you sing it or not. What does it matter? What's that going to do? Is it going to make you play even better on the pitch? No. Is it going to make you make better decisions through the game? No. Yeah, and Gershon Singh again. Are you free after your live? Possibly, mate. I'm not sure at the moment. Obviously, I've got to get this out of the way, so I don't know. I might be doing other things. Obviously, I think there's the Wales game on later. I think that might be live on somewhere. So I may be watching that. Can't really say at the moment. I'll let you know after. I'll take it you're doing the stream. Oh, yeah, I think it's at 7 o'clock. I think you're doing one, aren't you? Cricket one. Yeah, I'll let you know, mate. At the moment, obviously, I'm concentrating on this one. So, we'll let you know afterwards. But anyway, continuing with this, and where did I get to on here? Yeah, as he was saying, they had the national anthem with the under-21s also, of course, and he's in the zone at that point. I'm thinking about how the opposition are going to set up and our first actions were in the game. I fully respect both anthems and understand how much they mean to both countries. I think I read this. It's something I'm really respectful of. When asked if he would consider singing the anthem, Carsley was clear in his response, stating he would not. This stance has sparked varied reactions from fans and pundits on social media and television. One social media user expressed indifference. Who cares? So long as Lee Carsley performs in his job as the manager. Exactly. Another echoed this sentiment, saying it really doesn't matter if he sings it. Many others agreed that his singing is irrelevant to his coaching abilities. Exactly. Agree again, 100%. However, a Daily Mail opinion piece took a harsher view, arguing that Carsley should be sacked by the FA today. Stupid. Right. His refusal to sing the national anthem is a betrayal and he's not fit to be England manager. Stupid. No, come on. Come on, that is dumb. No, can't be saying that. The fact that Carsley does not sing the anthem has indeed caused upset among some, with one person pointing out, Sven-Göran Eriksson sung the national anthem and he wasn't even from our country. What's that got to do with it? Sorry. I don't care if Lee Carsley played for Ireland, but if there's a political reason he won't sing the national anthem, then he should quit. No, I disagree. Calvin McKenzie took to social media to voice his strong opinion, stating, with some old cobblers about wanting to focus on the game, Birmingham born but capped by Ireland, the new England football manager Lee Carsley explains he won't be singing the national anthem at our international with Ireland tonight. England cannot have a British-born manager who doesn't sing our anthem. It's as simple as that. An insult to many and will become a major distraction. Thank you for your service, Mr. Carsley, and good night. God save the King. Yeah, you can piss off, mate. The public's reaction has been deeply divided on the issue, with some seeing no problem, while others dubbing themselves patriots, demand Carsley's dismissal even if the England team secures a 4-0 win over Ireland in Dublin. Well, that didn't happen. It was only 2, but still. On the field, Carsley is poised to restore Harry Maguire to the starting 11 after Maguire was not selected for Euro 2024. We won't go into this that much because obviously this was before the match anyway. And anyway, we obviously I'll go into this part. England are preparing for nearly 3,000 fans to fill the Aviva Stadium for their Nations League face-up with Republic of Ireland on Saturday. Police and FA chiefs have not issued any special directives to England supporters, emphasising their trust in them to refrain from singing provocative chants during or before the game. But obviously getting back to that with Lee Carsley, I totally agree that they say it's about what he does as the manager. It's not about singing the national anthem. It really isn't. And I'll bring this part up, this article again. And it's saying here, have your say on Carsley's controversial national anthem stance. Should England interim manager Lee Carsley be sacked for refusing to sing God Save the King? And I'm going to put, my answer is no. It does not matter. Come on, people. Where are we going here? What are we doing? Why are we thinking like this? Just because somebody does not sing a national anthem, does it affect how they do as a manager or as a player? Or what? No. It's mad. It's absolute madness. And if you agree and say, I'd like to see people get in here, comment and say what they think of it. I know Kev has, I believe. So, if Gershan, you're still in here, like to know your comment, your opinion on that. Do you agree? I'm saying no. I'd be interested to see the poll on this, the percentage. Kev, I think Kev's pretty much agreed with that as well. I'm not saying no. I'd like to see people comment and say, what they think of this. And let's try and see the poll on it, what the percentage was, if we can. It's not going to do it by the looks of it. I've got to do all this to newsletter and stuff, but I don't want to do that. Which is a shame because I'd like to have seen that poll. I might try and see if I can find another one, guys, and see if there's anything else saying about it. there's like another poll on it anywhere. Sorry, guys, I'm getting to it. I'll try and find it. There's another one. Hold on a minute, guys. I'll be back soon. I'm just getting another drink and stuff, and I'll be back very soon and continue, okay? Right, apologies, guys. I was just getting a drink and stuff, and feel a bit dry, obviously. Not long had something to eat, so I feel like I needed to have a drink again. So anyway, got another comment here from Kev. I don't think there was much trouble between fans at the match, which was good to see. Yeah, not too bad. Been worse in the past, a lot worse. Lot of big clashes in the past. Of course, we all know Jack Charlton when he was manager and stuff, the Republic of Ireland, and who was manager then, Bobby Robson or whatever, I suppose, or Terry Venables, whatever, for England. So, yeah, there's been a lot of clashes, in the past, and thankfully it wasn't quite so bad. But anyway, I'm going to want to get onto this. Just going to bring this banner down for a little while. And while people are in here and in the live chat and stuff and watching on playback or live, follow me on Instagram at Mr. B for Life 182 and subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat and Mr. B Talks England Cricket. Thank you, that'd be great. As I say, smash the likes and sub if you're new. And that's all good. And obviously I'll bring this, got this article here, which is more of a poll about Lee Carsley. So bring this one up. Here it is, and it's saying here, yes, he should sing the national anthem. Yes, he should sing the Irish national anthem. Yes, he should sing both to remain neutral. No, he's right to sing neither. It's up to him. I have no opinion. Well, for me, I'm going no. He doesn't have to. Nobody has to sing. Nobody's forced to sing it. So as I don't get up and sing the national anthem. I don't stand up when we do the national anthem. So does that make me unpatriotic? To my country? Should I be sent abroad, sent away somewhere because I'm not singing the national anthem or standing up? I don't think it does. I'm sorry. Well, so I'm putting that. No, he's right to sing neither. So it'd be interesting to see what other people think on here. the poll results. It's got the results here. But what I'll do though is I'll leave them for the time being, and I want to see other people's comments in here before I go to that. Somebody can leave a comment, just say yes, no, or on that, whether he should sing it, or simply neutral and sing both, or sing one or the other, or not sing any, or you don't have an opinion. It'd be good to see if you can leave that in the comments box, people. Cheers. And we'll go into it more at the end of the stream and see what happens there. And see the actual results then, I think. But as I say, with that, yeah, I feel we did take our foot off the gas. 2 well-made goals, very good goals from Rice and Grealish, and I think we've done so much in that first half. Great passing, really good play most of the time from the team. But in the second half, we took the foot off the gas. We said, well, 2-0, we got it easy, it's simple. Ireland didn't offer that much, but then I think they did in the second half. They did offer a bit more, and they had at least 2 or 3 good chances, I think. But yeah, it's a win though. It is a win. We move on now to Finland, of course, tomorrow night. Hopefully, I'm going to possibly do a actual review, watch along for that. I might, and then again, I may not. I don't know. If I don't know, as I say, I'll do an actual reaction or review for it probably on Wednesday. So, but yeah, I'll try and discuss that and discuss that more at the end of the stream, I think, because obviously I want to move on. And we're going to go into the next subject. Which will be this one, San Marino. In first competitive match beating Liechtenstein 1-0. But what does this actually mean to the lowest ranked football nation? Time to discuss. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what people think on here about all this. I mean, it's only their second win ever. Their first competitive win in, I think, 20 years. I think 2004 was their last win. No, I think it was 2004. I'm going to just obviously go into that, find the page for that about them, and bring it up. And we'll discuss this. Right. So here we go. And here it is. And San Marino, world's lowest ranked football team, win first ever competitive game. Nico Sensoli scored in the 53rd minute against Liechtenstein to give the landlocked microstate its historic triumph, triggering scenes of jubilation. The world's lowest ranked national men's football team are celebrating their first ever competitive win and their first victory on the pitch in 20 years. Tiny San Marino, a microstate surrounded by Italy, defeated Liechtenstein 1-0 in the UEFA Nations League. Nico Sensoli scored in the 53rd minute to give the landlocked country its historic triumph, triggering scenes of jubilation. And the San Marino fan account here, look at this. They did it. The first ever competitive win. No one can take that away from San Marino. Today, San Marino wrote football history. Thank you, Sensoli. Thank you, San Marino. Forza Titani. Or Titani. San Marino had previously beaten Liechtenstein by the same score in 2004, but in the friendly. So they obviously like playing Liechtenstein. The side sits at 210th last in FIFA's world rankings, with Liechtenstein not far ahead at 199. With a population of just 33,000, San Marino has a limited pool of footballing talent to draw upon, and most of the team made up of amateur players who have second jobs. Travelling supporters have also, on occasion, outnumbered San Marino's fans at the 7,000 capacity San Marino Stadium for home games. The team have lost 196 of the 205 fixtures they have played, with the most crushing defeat suffered at home in 2006 at the hands of Germany with a 13-0 scoreline. They've been beaten by 10 goals or more 7 times over the years. San Marino set a European record when they went more than 20 matches without scoring a single goal between 2008 and 2012. Despite the long-running winless streak, there have been notable highlights. And of course, we know against England. San Marino held the record for the fastest goal in FIFA World Cup qualifying history for 22 years when they scored against England. Yeah, remember it, after only 8.3 seconds in 1993. Although they then went on to be beaten 7-1. However, their status as the worst football team also means they are seen as the sport's biggest underdogs, earning them a worldwide following and a dedicated social media fan account. So brilliant, that's great. Very pleased for San Marino, really am. And, more power to them. To be the very last team, ranked nation, and obviously not, made up a lot of amateurs and do other jobs, as we know from when they beat England. That guy there, he had another job that scored against England, and he was a hero for scoring that fastest goal. That was amazing back then. Okay, we thrashed them 7-1, and it didn't matter though. We still didn't qualify, of course, for the World Cup. But yeah, we still beat them. We thrashed them, but they'll always be remembered for that, scoring that fastest goal. And then this win now, and it's actually their first competitive win. That's amazing, absolutely amazing. And I'm sure they had massive celebrations. And obviously I'll go into find another article about it all. There's this one here. So it says it means everything. How San Marino achieved their once-in-a-lifetime joy of a first competitive win, and why it's just the beginning for Europe's biggest underdogs. Apologies, guys, just taking another drink. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's better. Getting pretty dry again there. Yeah, but anyway, so I'll go through this now. San Marino sent tremors across football with their victory over Liechtenstein. Nico Sensoli scored the most famous goal in San Marino's history on Thursday. On a humid Thursday night in the hills of Serravalle, with 914 lucky fans watching on, a seismic moment in history took place, which sent tremors across the football community. The tweets and replays quickly began to roll in. What channel is it on? How can I watch it? Are you seeing this? Fan accounts spurted out frantic, largely unintelligible updates. Live feeds were furiously refreshed, and suddenly San Marino fans simply couldn't sit still. This was it. They were finally, after 34 long years of waiting, going to win a competitive game. There was even a breaking news bulletin from Sky Sports on the final whistle, which went to great pains to underline the gravity of the occasion. In the 53rd minute of a Nations League clash with Liechtenstein that had thus far flown under the radar, Nico Sensoli scored the most famous goal in San Marino's history to seal their first ever 3 points in competitive football. You see the photos of them there celebrating. Nico Sensoli's goal sealed their first ever competitive victory after over 200 games in their history. Obviously there as well, Thursday night's 1-0 win over Liechtenstein saw a piece of history made for San Marino. And there's the goal there. Sensoli latched onto a defensive error to lift the ball beyond Benjamin Buchel and seal the win. And the goals here, I don't know if I can show this. Maybe it's on X. Possibly I could show this. I don't know, I hope. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be copied. No, I better not. It was hardly a Puskás Award winner. The teenager pounced on a defensive error to loft the ball into a vacant net. But it meant absolutely everything to every single one of San Marino's 33,000 strong population. Not the worst way to open your account. When I saw my teammate kick the ball to the penalty area, I saw that nobody was next to the defender. The hero of the hour explained, talking mouth sport through his goal. In that moment, I initially thought he may have headed it to put it wide. But I immediately heard the goalkeeper yelling at him. Even though I don't speak German, I gambled he asked for a back pass. I accelerated towards the ball to arrive with a good pace to slightly anticipate the goalkeeper. The only way to beat him would have been a lob because we were really close. When I saw the ball bounce into the goal, I started celebrating madly. To most audiences, San Marino aren't a team regularly at the forefront of the mind. They're a chance to blood some youngsters, pad the stats a bit, a certain 6 points in the qualifying group. In their entire history, San Marino had only ever won one game before Thursday night. One win from 205 games, curiously also won against Liechtenstein. But speaking to the players involved after a historic evening, you realise that they represent every reason that we fell in love with the game. It means everything. Captain on the night, Alessandro Godinucci explains. Sensoli's goal came on his competitive debut for San Marino, with the 19-year-old only having played friendlies before Thursday night. Captain on the night, Alessandro Godinucci revealed the anxiety he was going through as the game neared its climax. Everything I have always dreamed from the first time I wore the jersey of my national team in the under-17s from then to now has been the ultimate target I've always aimed for in my football career. We managed to meet it and we're really proud for this achievement. Feels like an ultimate and an incredible emotion, a once-in-a-lifetime joy. These 3 points will always remain in historical records of our team. It's difficult to find words that can describe what we have felt and we are still feeling after the final whistle. I remember I was on the bench next to my brother Enrico. We were hysteric in the closing part of the match. Standing up, cheering our teammates on the pitch, frenetically walking in front of the bench. It was really hard to live those moments out of the pitch and feeling the anxiety of the final minutes. But at the end of the day, the final whistle gave us a great relief. We exploded in joy, and having had the chance to share that moment with my brother doubled the pleasure. Never before had Le Serenisima won a competitive game until Roberto Cavoli's soon-to-be national hero stepped up. It might have been Sensoli's goal that sealed the result, but you'd be hard done to find a side so built on the basis of a collective effort and team spirit than San Marino. Needless to say, having been forced to wait so long to celebrate their maiden 3 points, San Marino had plans to mark the occasion. We celebrated it in the local club here in San Marino. But we're planning a special event this weekend to celebrate properly an historical event, Golinucci revealed. Sensoli, who wasn't even born in the last San Marino, when the last time San Marino won a game, added, "We destroyed the locker room, fully enjoying a deserved victory." Heartwarming footage later published by the UEFA Nations League social media accounts back this up. Here we are here, obviously, I probably can't show this either. Incredible scenes inside the dressing room as San Marino celebrated their first competitive victory. The team celebrated their victory at a local club in San Marino, but plans for an event this weekend, which is obviously the last weekend, the weekend just gone. Then slowly began to wheel away, celebrating as he watched his shot bounce towards the goal. It is of course worth pointing out that while for some the Nations League is just another competition in the international calendar, for nations like San Marino, Gibraltar and Liechtenstein, it is way more. Rather than suffer thrashings at the hands of England 10-0 in 2021, Germany 13-0 in 2006, and Belgium 9-0 in 2019, Le Serenissima have the opportunity to test themselves against in genuinely competitive matchups and actually grow as a team, testing new ideas and giving players valuable minutes there. As you may imagine, I'm really proud of this victory of the team and the players' overall performance against Liechtenstein. San Marino's now most famous ever head coach, Savoli, adds, "What makes me most proud is that our players showed a great mindset, fighting for any ball possession and focusing on the opportunity to win the game. Minute by minute, they took awareness that they could compete against Liechtenstein. This is the product of the efforts they made in the last 9 months. Coaching is a complicated job, but the payoff is massive. These emotions delete all previous negative periods of defeats. Moments like this, which will last a lifetime, are why we love football. I'm massively proud to coach the national team of my own country. For any coach, this surely is the best opportunity ever. It's been a long time coming, there's no denying it, and of course the long-awaited victory tastes all the sweeter. But it's also the vindication of a new approach to the national team that has at last reaped the ultimate rewards. Sure, there haven't been any wins along the way, but it's been a hugely positive past 12 months for San Marino. Their fortunes on the field have improved with 5 goals in their previous 7 games, including the first in competitive action in 2 years against Denmark last year. It might not sound much, but it is a huge improvement from the 36 games it took to score as many prior to that. Roberto Savoli claimed that coaching his country to their first ever win was the best opportunity ever for any manager. Golinucci described the victory as a once-in-a-lifetime moment in his international career. San Marinese Football Federation President Marco Tura outlined that the result came after an emphasis was put on developing youth players. All the people involved in San Marinese football, from those who play on the pitch to executives, employees, supporters and football fanatics, today feel fulfilled after this success, Marco Tura, president of the San Marino Football Federation, says. We're all massively satisfied to have won our very first 3 points in San Marino international history, fully aware that this is the product of a magnificent job made primarily in the last few years investing in youth players. Sensoli, the history-making goalscorer, is only 19, as is Matteo Valli Casade, who played 90 minutes at the centre of midfield. The Benvenuti twins, Giacomo and Tommaso, are 18. In total, across the full match squad, Savoli's side contained 13 players aged 23 and under. After all, you can't be scarred by past defeats if you weren't playing in them. Bringing in fresh, hungry faces has given Savoli's San Marino a vigour that the casual supporter might not expect from a side previously without competitive win in over 200 attempts. Instead, Savoli and co are putting together a team that can bring a new definition to international football in San Marino. They may not be able to compete with the talent pool and riches of some of Europe's biggest hitters, but why can't they earn a similar result when Gibraltar visit Serravalle in November? Why can't San Marino top their Nations League group or at least put up a fight? Of the 22 players in the squad, 13 were aged 23 and under as evidence of San Marino's ethos. For many of the achievement of finally beating the odds at last, ending the wait for 3 incalculably huge points might be enough. But for San Marino and President Chura, who have continued to fight like no other nation in the face of numerous setbacks, it is just the beginning. It's an historical achievement, and we're fully aware to have met a record that makes us incredibly proud. However, this should be seen as a starting point, not a finish line crossed. Yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing, and great to see. Rich is in here. United TV, be up, guys. Yeah, be up to you, Rich. Be up, mate. Great to see you in here, bro. Yeah, I think it's an amazing achievement from San Marino, and hope they can continue this now. Keep going. It's not going to be easy for them, of course, as we know. They're a better team still. They've got a face, but I'm sure this will give them confidence. Yeah, good to see. Yeah, you're right there, Rich. It is good to see. So yeah, I think this is great. I don't know, as they say, maybe Gibraltar, they got a good chance of beating. They should, they're pretty much underdogs as well, Gibraltar. Maybe they can beat them. That would be fantastic. They can get another win. So take confidence from that win and take it to the next game. We all know they probably parked the bus mainly. San Marino try and keep the score down, as we remember, of course, when England had played them on numerous occasions. They tried to keep the score down rather than looking like they want to try and get a goal. But that's always going to be the case against the bigger nations. They're going to always find it difficult against the really big nations. So, but let them have their moment now. It's been amazing for them. They're sort of semi-pros. A lot of them are amateurs, second jobs. It's quite something for them. In the lowest ever nation, and to get a win after 20 years since 2004, and that was a friendly against the same nation, of course. So, but they've done it here. We've got to give them, credit and kudos for this. It's been incredible, and I celebrate that. I think it's brilliant. It's great stuff. I like seeing that. It's almost equivalent of, say, us bees. We're a small club. When we beat the big clubs, we beat the big teams, and we have done it. When we came into the Premier, we beat them. We beat a lot of the teams. That, of course, City twice. That was incredible for us. So, major achievements. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, just clearing my throat there. A bit of a funny throat. Anyway, yeah, I think it's an incredible achievement, and I wish them luck in the future now. See what they can do with these young players as well. It's good that they're bringing in youth. I think it's amazing. Yeah, Rich says again, some big results. Yeah. And we're going to move on now. We're going on to the Scotland game. Shame for them. More heartbreak for Scotland, losing 2-1 to Portugal after taking the lead again after losing their first match 3-2 against Poland. Do they still have any hope of qualifying, or is it over already? Yeah, that is a big question. A lot of questions there to answer. I mean, it's tough for them now. They lost both their opening games. They're both their matches narrowly, of course. There wasn't much in it, and it's heartbreak against Poland, especially. But terrible they give away that penalty at the end of that match against Poland, and they scored. It was a terrible rash challenge by Grant Hanley. And I'll bring that up in a minute. The article's there about Scotland. Yeah, big up to you, Chelsea fan. Yeah, big up, Mr. B. Great to see you in here, bro. Nice one. Keep hitting that like button, people. Sub to the channels. Exactly. Do as Chelsea fan says there, 100%. Please keep smashing the likes and subbing. I want to get the subs back up now. I've actually got another sub on my cricket channel, so it's good that I want more there as well, and on here. So please keep doing that. Rich, United TV, yes. Probably talk about Scotland. 2 likes. Come on, yeah. Come on, people. Yeah, need more likes on here, as Rich says. I definitely want more likes. I feel I do a pretty good job on here. So, need to get the likes up. Brilliant. And the subs, of course. Mr. Nee, I think you mean Mr. B. But anyway, mate, I'm live tonight at 8:30. Call by if you're free, yeah. Was that a call-in show? If it's call-in, yeah, I'll definitely call in there and come on there. Although I might be watching the Wales game. I thought you might be interested in that, Rich, the Wales game. I think it's on live somewhere. So, need to head off, set up, but good to catch you live. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, great. I'm pleased you come in. Thanks for that, man. Thanks for coming in live chat. Brilliant. As I say, if it is a call-in, I might be able to do that later. It's not a call-in. But I'll do some transfer chat. Yeah, I might pop in a bit on the live chat, maybe. Obviously, if that Wales game is on, I'm sure it's on somewhere. I'm going to try and watch that. Montenegro and Wales. I thought you would. You're Welsh, I believe, aren't you? So I thought you'd like to see that. Call in soon. Let me know. Best days. Yep, definitely, mate. But yeah, I want to bring this up now about obviously Scotland. If I can find that. Hold on a minute, guys. Just bring this up. Just want to find that. Trying to get one where it says about both games, but of course they lost their first one 3-2 and their second 2-1, Scotland. Of course, Ronaldo scored, as we know, the second goal. Rich says here, another comment, getting involved in the chat is always good. Help advertise your channel. See you later. Yeah, definitely, mate. But I'll try and be on if I can. I'll try and get in the live chat. Won't promise it, but hopefully I will be there. We'll be on. So I'll try and get this up, guys, this page, and go into this more about Scotland. Obviously, this was their second game against Portugal. I will go into their first one as well, of course, when they lost 3-2. But obviously, this was their second game. Cristiano Ronaldo strikes late for Portugal to break Scotland's hearts. Of course, they were 1-0 up Scotland through Scott McTominay in the 7th minute. Of course, Fernandes made it 1-1 in the 54th minute. And Ronaldo got the winner in the 88th. Another more heartbreak for Scotland, more disappointment. A stomp towards the delirious crowd, followed by an impish grin, and the I remain the man pout of celebration on 88 minutes. Cristiano Ronaldo saluted his 901st goal after sliding home and shred the narrative of a point won bravely by Scotland. Until then, Steve Clarke appeared heading to replenish the goodwill he had been draining from the Tartan Army, I should say. Apologies there, guys. Bit of a brain fart there, slip of the tongue. The manager may still, of course, and afterwards, Clarke, whose team were knocked out of Euro 2024 at the group stage, was careful to talk his side up. Disappointed to lose the game, especially for the players, for all the effort they put in, he said. We can use these matches to try to build, and the end goal, as always, is qualification for a tournament. It would be nice not to concede late goals, but this is the level we are at because we have a good team and managed to get to the top level of the Nations League. There are a lot of positives if you ignore the results, but we're professionals, so it's disappointing. This is a level where the lessons are harsh. I talked to the players about not being too harsh on themselves. Clarke's men broke the contest open via Scott McTominay and held the lead at the break, but Angus Gunn's hands resembled plasticine when Bruno Fernandes squared the contest, though the goalkeeper's late saves from João Felix were payback, while his left and right post also kept out 2 other Ronaldo attempts. I don't speak about individuals, said Clarke, when asked about Fernandes' finish, then did so. Gunny had a good game. The bigger picture is that Clarke's players still believe, but he has to drill them to be more proactive and utilise the truism about attacking being the best form of defence. As he said, the best way to defend is to have possession of the ball. The defeat means an 8 consecutive competitive international without a win, a record, something that cannot be brushed off by Clarke. This was the anniversary of Scotland's last victory, 3-0 over Cyprus. Having threatened via 2 Billy Gilmore corners from the left, the Scots' lead came when Kenny McLean swung the ball over and McTominay headed past Diogo Costa. It was deserved, but Roberto Martinez's men were a continuous menace. A Fernandes Bernardo Silva combination set up Diogo Jota, who fluffed the shot. Then twice Rafael Leao burst down his left flank and had gun concerned. Scotland were on the rack, retreating far too deep, as Leao again showed when darting in and shooting and seeing Gunn impressively dive right and push the ball out as it headed inside the post. Portugal's blur chances would fill a compendium, but if Scotland could douse the firefly Leao, they might have stemmed the flow. The wide man skated forward and squared to Jota, whose shooting boots malfunctioned once more. Leao was a one-man riot, scattering Clarke's men. When the number 17 dinked the ball to Antonio Silva, the centre-back spooned over and the Scots could breathe again. Far better was a flying back-to-front move that beat the Portuguese squeeze near Gunn's goal and then ended in an overhit John McGinn delivery. But this did not ease the pressure because after Gunn admired the foray, he had to bail his team out again, thwarting a Jota flying header. Ronaldo started on the bench, surely cursed at that fact that he would back himself to score from any of the spurned chances. As the first half closed, a Fernandes blast was blocked by Scott McKenna, and Leal steered wide. Martinez acted, removing João Palhinha and Neto for Ruben Neves and Ronaldo, who took up his beloved number 9 berth. Jota moving to play up front on the right. As a confirmed great of advancing years, Ronaldo has entered a zone that has been grinning indulgently when missing an opening when the better option is to pass, as he did when slashing wide. Moments later, Fernandes was on target with an equaliser. Gunn flapped at and turned inadvertently home. The number 8's left foot finish, a speculative affair from outside the area, the goalkeeper should have saved. This was a test of mental fortitude now for Clark's men. Could they hang on or even prosper further? They had become squashed, lacking the skill and wit to hog the ball and send Portugal back towards their territory. When they finally did, a Gilmour run into the home area took him to the turf, but Maurizio Mariani was not interested, as the Italian referee correctly ruled that Neves took the ball first. Moments later, the official was right a second time when waving away another penalty shout for handball from a Ryan Christie cross. Ronaldo's match winner came from a sweet Nuno Mendes cross and provokes more questions for Clark. Yeah. So that was the first game, of course. And obviously the first game I'll go into that as well. If I can find that, guys. Should be able to. The one against Poland. And talk about that one. There we go. Yeah, this was their first match. As I say here on this banner, more heartbreak for Scotland, losing 2-1 to Portugal after taking the lead again after losing their first match 2-3 against Poland. Do they still have any hope of qualifying, or is it over already? And we're going to those in a minute. Talk about that, if they've still got any hope. Right, Scotland 2, Poland 3. Stoppage time penalty sees Scots fall to defeat in Nations League opener. Report as Scotland lost 3-2 to Poland in their Nations League opener. Sebastian Szymanski strike opened the scoring with Robert Lewandowski's penalty doubling their lead. Billy Gilmour and Scott McTominay scored in the second half. Nikola Zalewski scored from the spot to snatch the win. A stoppage time penalty saw Scotland suffer an agonising late defeat to Poland after a spirited display in their Nations League opener. Steve Clark's side were determined to make up for a disappointing Euro 2024 as they returned to action for the first time. But it was Poland who took an early lead through Sebastian Szymanski early on, with Robert Lewandowski doubling their lead after Scott McTominay had his equaliser disallowed for handball. The hosts rallied after the break and Billy Gilmour smashed the ball home before McTominay levelled the match minutes after Ben Doak and Ryan Gould came on for their international debuts. But Grant Hanley's late challenge saw Nikola Zalewski fire home Poland's second penalty in the 97th minute to leave Clark's side without a win in 5 games. Scotland now travel to Lisbon. Well, we saw that. I just read that about that. Travel to face Lisbon, to face Portugal on Sunday, while Poland are away to Croatia. So Scotland will have Croatia next, of course. Is that a chance to get back and if they can get a result there? But it's a tough one against Croatia, of course. Scots' woes continue. It was a bright start for the hosts, and McTominay sent a hopeful ball into the box for Dykes just 2 minutes in, but there was too much on it for the Birmingham striker. Poland, though, were then ahead 6 minutes later when Kenny McLean gave the ball away, allowing Szymanski to burst forward, with his low drive from 25 yards going in off the inside of the post. Scotland looked to produce an immediate response, but Robertson wasted a free kick before McTominay sent Ryan Christie's ball well over the bar. McTominay then thought he had equalised as he bundled the ball in after Marcin Bolka had saved his header, only for VAR to rule it out for a handball. The hosts continued to dominate. Christie sent a shot inches wide, and McTominay's low cross was cleared before any on-rushing attacker could tap it in. Dykes then met Christie's cross at the back post, but could only send it into the side netting. A clumsy change by Ralston saw Poland double their lead from the penalty spot before the break. The Celtic defender brought down Nikola Zalewski in the box, and Lewandowski made no mistake, sending Angus Gunn the wrong way to make it 84 international goals. Scotland responded, and Gilmour pulled a goal back just after the restart, smashing a low shot through a sea of bodies after Dykes' effort was cleared. The Tartan army found their voice, and there was relief when Szymanski's curling effort went past the post before Scotland threatened again as Bolka denied McTominay. Dykes had another chance cleared before he went off as Steve Clarke ran the changes. Doak and Gould made their debuts, with Heart striker Lawrence Shankland also making an appearance. And Doak made an instant impact to pull Scotland level, driving into the box to find Ralston, who pulled the ball back to McTominay to side foot into the net. But the Tartan Army's cheers turned to tears deep into stoppage time when Hanley brought down Zalewski in the box. The Roma player made no mistake as he fired Poland to victory, leaving the Scots with just one win in 13. Clarke looks at positives despite costly errors. Scotland manager Steve Clarke: if you make errors at this level, you get punished, and we got punished severely for errors in the game. I think if I analyse the performance, I have to be happy, so that's a small crumb of comfort for a head coach. We knew the system that Poland would play would cause us one or two issues that we wouldn't normally face, but I thought we dealt with that as well. We dealt with that well. The team shape was good, the attitude and energy of the players was excellent, and if you make small mistakes at this level, you get punished. I think that Ryan Gould and Ben Doak brought energy to the game, and at a time when the game had opened up. I thought all the substitutions made a good impact. You've got to keep working hard. It's the only thing you can do, and ask a little bit more out of the players to not make those errors. Hopefully, as we move forward, that will be the case. If you want to just report on the scoreline, it's negative. It's disappointing for everybody. If you want to look objectively at the performance, there are a lot of good things that we can take forward. Obviously, there are some things we have to eradicate from our performance, and that's what we have to look to do. I just feel disappointed for the players because I felt their efforts deserved at least a point out of the game. What's coming up? So we look at Scotland's fixtures now, see if they've got a chance still of qualifying for this. Croatia next away on the Saturday 12th of October at 5 o'clock. Yeah, could be tough. I think Croatia maybe not the force they were. I think Modric is still there. I believe he's still playing yet for Croatia. But I still don't think they're quite the team they were. But still won't be easy for Scotland. They want to get something out of that, at least a point. I think a win would be better, but at least a point. I really don't think they're that great, though, Scotland. I mean, they're playing okay in this. They're looking fairly good. But I thought they were really poor in the Euros, lacking a lot. I think they were lucky to maybe qualify even at one stage. But there you go. They got there and let themselves down in the end, I think. It's going to be really tough, a lot to ask for them to qualify here. after losing both their opening games. So, but if they can get something out of Croatia game, I think a win needed really, but a point, you never know. And of course they got Portugal again. If they can somehow get something against Portugal, yeah. I probably won't think so though. I don't think they will even at home. And then Croatia again at home. On that one's Tuesday, 15th of October against Portugal. And then they got Croatia on Friday, the 15th of November. And then Poland away on Monday, the 18th of November. Looking an uphill task for Scotland, myself, I feel. But if they can get something out of any of those matches, they've still got a chance. But they need to at least get, say, 4 points from the Croatia and Portugal games to have any chance. And I don't think they will somehow. But it's a shame for Scotland, but I just can't see them doing it. I just can't see them qualifying. I just can't. So really the answer to that hope of qualifying is no. But then again, you just never know in football. You just never know. But I don't think they are quite good enough still. Look what happened in the Euros. They promised a little bit to start with, but of course they were thrashed by Germany. And of course lost in the end to Hungary as well. After getting that draw. Good draw, actually. I think, was it against Switzerland? I think was the draw. Yeah, they got a draw against Switzerland. So yeah, it looked all right at one stage, but they needed to win their last game and they couldn't. So they were out, and they didn't give enough. I don't think they didn't look good enough, and that last game especially. The draw against Switzerland was great, was fantastic, but other than that, no. No, so I really don't think they qualify for this one, for this Nations League, for the next round. But anyway, let's move on and go on to talk about Northern Ireland now, and Wales, of course. Northern Ireland beat Luxembourg 2-0, but lose 1-0 to Bulgaria. Still have a chance. Wales drew 0-0 with Turkey and face Montenegro tonight. What chance for them? Can they still realistically qualify? We'll talk about this obviously now. Go into this. I'll get the page up, and obviously we go into it. Obviously about Ireland first, Northern Ireland. So we'll talk about that. I'll just get to that, guys. So it won't be long. Just go to their game first, Northern Ireland's, their matches. And go into that. Of course, they won 2-0 against Luxembourg to start with. A good start. Hold on a minute, guys. I've just got to go and do something. I'll be back very soon. Sorry. Won't be long, guys. Apologies. Apologies, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. Just had something I had to go and do, and also had to have a comfort break as well. So I've been doing this for like over an hour or so now. So I really need to go and have a comfort break. It's 1 hour 35 now. And we'll be finishing very soon, of course. Be bouncing very soon. I'll try and watch the Wales game. I know that started. I will look at the score and see what that is in a little while and see what's going on with that. Wales and Montenegro. But yeah, this one, yeah, Northern Ireland did beat Luxembourg 2-0 to start with. Good start from Northern Ireland. Paddy McNair and Ballard with the other goal. Dan Ballard there, of course, scored the second one. Great start for Northern Ireland, it really was, at Windsor Park. Northern Ireland opened their Nations League campaign with a comfortable 2-0 victory over Luxembourg at Windsor Park in Group C3. Paddy McNair gave Northern Ireland the lead in the 11th minute when he poked home from a corner. Dan Ballard doubled the advantage 5 minutes later when the defender flicked home George Saville's low free kick. Northern Ireland could not add to their tally in the second half, but were rarely troubled by the visitors. The victory is Michael O'Neill's first in the Nations League, and only Northern Ireland's second win in 17 matches in the competition. It is also a fourth win in 6 matches as O'Neill's youthful squad continued to develop in his second stint as a manager. In the first home fixture since November's win over Denmark, O'Neill's side continued their good recent form in front of a packed Windsor Park. Led out by 22-year-old Sunderland defender Trey Hume, who was captaining his country for the first time after the international retirement of Johnny Evans. The hosts made a bright start as the sun set in a crisp and cool Belfast. Forwards Callum Marshall and Dion Charles spurned half chances, both of which came from set plays before McNair finally punished Luxembourg for failing to deal with deliveries into the box. Kieran Brown launched a long throw into the area which the visitors failed to clear, and McNair kept his cool to take a touch and poke the ball into the bottom corner. A good start swiftly became a great one when Sunderland defender Ballard made it 2-0 in the 17th minute after Conor Bradley was fouled just outside the penalty area. Just like he did against Spain in June, Ballard got himself onto the score sheet on a free kick when he got in front of his marker to flick home Saville's low free kick. After a lull in the action, Bradley almost grabbed a superb solo goal at the end of the half, but Christopher Martins put in a strong clearance to deny the Liverpool defender. Captain Hume went in closer when Luxembourg only cleared to the edge of the area, and the Sunderland man curled an effort off the outside of the post. Luxembourg's only meaningful attack came in additional time when Leandro Barreiro poked over the bar as he raced onto a long ball. Northern Ireland almost made a blistering start to the second half as Bradley and Hume linked up, and the latter's ball found Isaac Price in space in the area, but he could only fire wide. Hume then went close as he volleyed wide from the edge of the area before the game sank into a procession once more. Bradley had a glorious chance to add a third, but he sent his effort wide after charging clear on goal. Saville and Ballard almost repeated their link-up for the first half goal when the midfielder's free kick was headed narrowly wide by the latter. A defensive mix-up between goalkeeper Bailey Peacock Farrell and McNair almost allowed Matthias Ollison a clear attempt on goal. And in injury time, substitute Ross McCausland was twice superbly denied by goalkeeper Anthony Morris. Aside from the brief confusion in defence, Northern Ireland were able to see the game out untroubled to get their Nations League campaign off to a perfect start with 3 points and a clean sheet. Northern Ireland travelled to Bulgaria on Sunday, where they played that. Obviously, that's been and gone, and they lost 1-0. in a bid to continue their strong start. Bulgaria, who had Filip Krastev sent off in the second half, were held to a goalless draw away to Belarus. So they had already had a point on the board before facing Northern Ireland. So, yeah, Paddy McNair opened the scoring with a neat finish for his first international goal in 2 years. And, of course, yeah, Dan Ballard there. I've got the second. So, yeah, that was a good win. But then, of course, it was a defeat in the second game for Northern Ireland. As it says here, Michael O'Neill reflects on Northern Ireland's Nations League defeat in Bulgaria. So there we go. And Michael O'Neill was keen not to overstate the significance of defeat after his Northern Ireland players fell to a 1-0 Nations League loss away to Bulgaria on Sunday. Northern Ireland travelled to Plovdiv in buoyant mood after a run of 4 wins and only 1 loss, which came in the friendly away to Spain in their last 6. But on the poor pitch and in front of a small but noisy crowd at the Risto Botev Stadium, O'Neill's men were undone by an avoidable defensive mix-up 5 minutes before half-time as Bailey Peacock-Farrell's misplaced pass to Daniel Ballard was picked off by Alexander Kolev before Kirill Despodov swept home. The boss reacts to tonight's defeat there, and that's obviously on X. Northern Ireland, who won their League C3 opener at home to Luxembourg 2-0 on Thursday night, dropped to third in the standings behind both Belarus and Bulgaria, their opponents in the next 2 fixtures respectively in October. For a 7th straight game, O'Neill fielded a starting 11 with an average age under 25, having warned that it would not all be plain sailing with a young group. The manager stressed against reading too much into the result. It's not a setback, it's a defeat, the manager said. We're a tiny country with a very limited group of players. I think the expectation has to be measured, the expectation that we would come here and win the game. We said to the players at the outset that the aim is not to be beaten. I think Bulgaria have turned the corner in the last 6 or 7 games as well. Going forward, we're going to lose games. We have to learn from that. I'm not really sure I'd call it a setback, a bump in the road, or refer to it as anything. We lost the game away from home. The pitch, which began cutting up almost immediately, made life difficult for both sides. O'Neill did not want to use it as an excuse, but was clear in his feelings about it, saying, "It's not what you expect in international football." Northern Ireland came under pressure straight from the start. Bulgaria will still be wondering how they did not score from a goalmouth scramble just 3 minutes in, with Peacock-Farrell pulling off a pair of saves before Kieran Brown cleared off the line and Radoslav Kirillov then hit a post with a free kick. After the goal, O'Neill changed the approach and Northern Ireland began to exert more control, although they actually created fewer chances in the game from that point on as Bulgaria dropped back to reduce the opportunities for counter-attacks. Wins for Denmark, Slovakia and Bulgaria following Belarus victory earlier. Just before half-time, we changed Connor Bradley to play more in the midfield 3 and for Isaac Price to play closer to Dion Charles, almost as a front 2 with split strikers, O'Neill added. I felt it gave us a little bit more control, but it was tough because they played with 4 against us or back 5, and it made it difficult. But we did get control in the game in a lot of areas after that. So it's something for us to look at going forward, and maybe a better way for us to think about starting the game, particularly away from home. Yeah, so bit disappointing that one for Northern Ireland. It really was, but they're still in with a chance. We've got 3 points, of course. So I just want to read this bit though, regarding them in Bulgaria. Something a bit distressing. This not very good news. This what happened. Northern Ireland fans subjected to violent attacks in Bulgaria following Nations League match. So after the game, all this happened. A spokesperson for Northern Ireland fans has hit out at the shameful and totally unacceptable treatment of the travelling supporters in Bulgaria. Gary McAllister, representing the amalgamation of official Northern Ireland supporters clubs, claimed they were subjected to violent attacks after Sunday night's Nations League game and were denied basic rights of water and toilet facilities. McAllister revealed that one fan had been hospitalised, adding that the attitude of the police in Plovdiv became more difficult as the day progressed, and their decision not to invite the PSNI to Bulgaria was unhelpful. Following Northern Ireland's 1-0 defeat to Bulgaria on Sunday, there were concerning reports on social media from members of the Green and White Army about the atmosphere outside the ground, where there was a significant police presence. Before that, around 900 visiting spectators had sung their hearts out for the team during the match, were kept inside the stadium for what some say was 45 minutes after the final whistle. In a hard-hitting statement, McAllister added, "We witnessed the shameful and totally unacceptable treatment of our fans in Plovdiv last night. Locking us inside our sector not only denied Northern Ireland fans access to the basic rights of water and toilet facilities, it also created a serious safety issue. We contacted Irish FA staff, who in turn spoke to the UEFA delegate, and eventually the gates were opened. Some of our fans were also subjected to violent attacks as they made their way back to the city centre, and one fan was hospitalised. The treatment of Northern Ireland fans, who were well behaved as ever, was in stark contrast to the lack of stewarding of home fans, some of whom repeatedly threw missiles into our sector until midway through the second half. We found the attitude of the police in Plovdiv more difficult as the day progressed, and their decision not to invite the PSNI to Bulgaria was unhelpful. There were a number of pieces of information and decisions that changed throughout the course of the day, and we did our best to manage the situations as they arose. We have already followed up with the Irish FA and PSNI, and we'll take other steps to ensure that this matter is properly reported. Lastly, our thanks to our fan embassy volunteers and other friends among the Northern Ireland support who helped us throughout the day, and to the rest of the Northern Ireland fans who behaved well as they always do despite the circumstances. On social media, our We Country posted a nasty atmosphere after the game with NI fans attacked with belts and bottles. Police now advising us to go back to our hotels rather than drinking in the bars. Disappointing end to a trip to a great city and mostly very hospitable people. Best wishes to the injured fans." An Irish FA spokesman said, On arrival back in Belfast today, we have engaged with UEFA at a senior level to indicate that our fans do not have the history or profile which suggests they deserve the type of treatment that has been reported. We expect an update in due course and want to take this opportunity to thank our fans for their continued support. The Bulgarian FA and authorities have been contacted for comment. So there we go. That's not nice, not great to hear about that treatment of the Northern Ireland fans. Really terrible, and I hope something happens with that and people responsible are punished, and they get something out of that, get some resolve from it, some resolvement of the situation. That's not good, but as we say, getting back to this, yes, they still have got 3 points on the board, which is important. They lost narrowly to Bulgaria 1-0. I'll just try and get their fixtures up to see if they've still got a chance here. I think they might have, but let's see their group. They're third in the group with 3 points. Belarus top with 4. Bulgaria second with 4. And, of course, they're Northern Ireland, Luxembourg last. Fourth there with no points. We'll look at this. Their fixtures coming up. Hold on a minute, guys. Here we go. Here's their fixtures and their results, of course. Not. So where was this? Yeah, they beat Luxembourg 2-0, of course, on Thursday, last Thursday. And then beat Bulgaria yesterday. Lost to Bulgaria 1-0 yesterday. They've got Belarus next away on the 12th of October. And then Bulgaria at home on the 15th of October. So if they can pick up points, I feel they could get something against Belarus. They're a decent team, decent nation, Belarus, but not really strong. I feel they could get something there and at least a point, or could get a win. And then they could beat Bulgaria at home. At home won't be easy either, but if they can, I think they've still got a fantastic chance. And then Belarus and Luxembourg is their last game in November, the 18th. Yeah, I feel they've got a great chance, Northern Ireland. I think they really have. I think they can do it. But now we move on to Wales. And obviously they're playing now at the moment. They're playing Montenegro. So obviously they drew 0-0 with Turkey. Not much happened there. But they now face Montenegro. And they're 2-0 up, actually, already against Montenegro, Wales. Kiefer Moore in the first minute, Harry Wilson in the third. So it's a great start for Wales there in that match tonight. But obviously we'll talk about their game against Turkey, which was a pretty drab affair in the end. The 0-0, of course. Turkey had a player sent off. And I'll bring that up. And what Craig Bellamy says about his first game in charge. Of course, it was his first game as manager of Wales. I'll just take this off a minute, guys, that banner. Yeah, 0-0, this is the worst we're going to be, says Bellamy after Wales draw with Turkey. The day after, Craig Bellamy smiled and apologised to a Turkish translator for rambling his way to the end of an answer. His passion for the Wales job spilled over onto the pitch. In the build-up, there was an understandable first day at school nervous energy to Bellamy. His chosen uniform, pristine white trainers and a black bomber jacket, and no wonder that his excitement given the buzz his team emitted throughout this entertaining draw. Well, entertaining draw, I'm not so sure it was, but I suppose it was. At some stages, there was some good parts of the game, good efforts and good chances, but I wouldn't have said it was an amazing game. But they got a draw out of it and a point. Wales there, 0-0, clean sheet against a very good Turkey team, of course. Very good in the Euros, of course. Played really well there. So it wasn't an easy one for Wales. As first impressions go, this was a resounding, if imperfect, performance against the Turkey team, who played more than 35 minutes with 10 men after Barış Yilmaz was sent off. Wales supporters have notably never enjoyed a 0-0 this much. Officially, this was a Nations League opener against a team 4 places above them in the rankings. but really it was Bellamy's first examination as a manager. There was still a touch of the old Bellamy. The fourth official, Sigurd Kringstad, was man-marked at times, but he was rightly chuffed with this, showing given his first training session with his players was only on Monday. Believe me, this is the worst we're going to be, Bellamy said afterwards. The more we learn, the more we spend together, more time we spend together, learning the finer details, that there's way more to come. Bellamy has made compelling listening since taking the job in July, and his team put forward a convincing case for his methods. By then, Wales had registered twice as many passes as Turkey, almost twice as many touches, approaching 70% possession and 15 shots to the visitors' 5. With the centre-back Joe Rodon spooning over the bar inside the box and Aaron Ramsey twice going close. Wales rendered Turkey quarter-finalists at Euro 2024 to training mannequins for much of a one-sided first half. Vincenzo Montella, the Turkey manager, blamed the physical toll of the summer tournament on his side's anemic display. The players only had 1 week to rest, the Italian said. Bellamy's final game as a player was here 10 years ago, for boyhood club Cardiff City against Chelsea, for whom Mohamed Salah starred and Fernando Torres got the winner. A star forward was the only obvious missing piece for Bellamy, whose side attacked with gusto and in numbers, with Ramsey, Jordan James and Harry Wilson operating centrally, flanked by Brennan Johnson and Zorba Thomas. A surprise inclusion who embodied Bellamy's mantra. Thomas, who joined Nantes on loan from Huddersfield last month, shone on his first appearance since March last year and his first start since June 2022, and saw a first-half goal disallowed for offside after charging onto a Ramsey pass. At the end of a move that began with Johnson backhitting the ball to Connor Roberts on the cross, Ramsey's attempted header clinked off his left shoulder and went over the bar. Ramsey then went close to converting Thomas's low corner at the front post. Ethan Ampadu rattled a shot against a stanchion there. Wales were enjoying themselves, so too the supporters. Bellamy cut a happy figure from the moment Ben Davies, playing left centre-back, pinged a diagonal pass into space for Johnson, offering the defender a hearty thumbs up. Wales did not renege, but Yilmaz mastered Turkey's first meaningful effort, sending a weak header onto the roof of Danny Ward's net. Bellamy acknowledged it would be crazy to expect everything to click on his first night, but there was plenty of incisive attacks. Ramsey freed Wilson with a zipped first-time pass close to halfway, but Johnson could not arrange his feet hastily enough and sent a first-time shot off target. A minute later, Wilson sent a curling left-foot strike inches wide of Mert Gernok's goal, almost lifting Bellamy off his feet. On the face of it, Wales' task got a whole lot easier when Yilmaz was sent off for a second yellow card after a late tackle on Nico Williams. Yilmaz's first booking came in the first half after seeking contre-attempts with Rodon. Bellamy introduced the experienced Sheffield United striker Kiefer Moore and the Liverpool teenager Lewis Comas. The former requiring stitches within minutes after Gakler Shiyunchu's studs ended planted in his face following a collision. There were 8 added minutes in which Johnson shanked wide and Ampadu attempted an overhead kick. It was a fun and fitting end for Wales on an absorbing evening. And now leading up to it, I was like, what have I done? What have I put myself into? Bellamy said, I had such a good life before this. I enjoyed it. It was great. But I'm not a master of this after one game, trust me. Yeah, but it's a win. Sorry, it was a draw. A win. That was a draw. They're winning tonight, though. So looking good for Wales. And they're still 2-0 up. So should be a win here. And they'll have 4 points. We're going to their scores and fixtures. So yeah, let's try to find their fixtures. Wales. Sorry, guys, trying to get up their scores and fixtures to come. And I'll get there very soon. Sorry about this, guys. Let's find their fixtures. Right, here we go. Right, yeah, so they're beating Montenegro 2-0. Of course, drew with Turkey 0-0. The next one is Iceland away, 11th of October. And then Montenegro 14th of October at home. So I think they've definitely got a great chance. I think they should get something against Iceland as well, you would think, even though it's away. And then Montenegro again, I feel they've got a fantastic chance, Wales. So, yeah, I think they've got a great chance. They should qualify, I would hope, you would think. And getting back to the... Oh, sorry, I can't go back to that poll. The power's about to go, so I'll go. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for people in the live chat. Thanks to everyone and keep supporting me and liking my channel and subbing. Thanks, guys. It's been great. And thanks to everyone, as I say, in the live chat. And keep following me on Mr. B for Life 182, Mr. B Hive Football Chat, Mr. B Talks England Cricket. Plenty of content to come. So please, everyone, I'll see you soon in the next one. Thank you, everyone. Thanks. Bye.